Thank you, Frank. Swing away. It is opening day for the Wichita Wind Surge. Plenty of excitement ahead of tonight's game as people are eager to step inside of that stadium for the first home game. Kate's Annette Lawless joining us live from downtown Wichita now with how they're keeping folks safe, but also just prepared for this game. The anticipation, Annette, is just through the roof.
So much anticipation, Shane. In fact, I got my glove ready. Are you all ready for this game? I'm so excited, and I think a lot of people are excited to come out here to Riverfront Stadium to get that first glimpse of everything. A beautiful morning to get us ready. You know, first pitch, by the way, just less than 12 hours away. Can you believe it? But a lot of preparations behind the scenes to make sure that everyone's safe, because we are in a pandemic, but we're ready to go and see this team in action. In fact, everyone on the staff here at Riverfront Stadium meeting up with local officials just to make sure that everything is okay so people can safely and comfortably come out to the ballpark. So just a little scoop of everything. So a bit more than 10,000 fans can fit inside this facility, but up to 9,800 will be allowed inside for this game today. And as of what I last heard, they do have some tickets still available. Anyway, people tell us they are eager for today and they are ready to see the team in action.
We've had our shots, both me and my wife, so I feel a little more comfortable being out in public.
Pretty confident, especially being outdoors and people being vaccinated. The way that things that I've read, that being outdoors is pretty safe, so no, there's no really any concern.
So masks, they are required if you do come out here to the facility. There's also social distancing and lines and such indicated, just as you would in any other part of the community. They even have buffer zones to just make sure that people are safely distanced and we don't cause any more concern with everything with COVID-19 and the pandemic. I will say that the Wind Surge staff, they've assured us that they also have plenty of people going throughout the facility to clean things pretty regularly throughout the game to make sure things like the rails and all the things, those frequently touched surfaces certainly are okay, but having, you know, maybe your own hand sanitizer, some wipes, extra masks and such on hand, probably a good idea as you go and explore everything for the first time here at the ballpark. But coming up in our next half hour, we're going to be talking about some things that you want to bring and that you don't want to bring when it comes to being out here for game day. Reporting live in Wichita, Annette Lawless, KIC News on your side.
Thank you, Annette. Fans will find more than 9,000 parking spots available at several places surrounding the stadium, including the Wichita Ice Center, Gander Mountain, and the Century 2 parking lot. On the other side of the river, you'll find free parking, but if you're around the stadium, you can't expect to pay for it. If you don't want to walk, there's also a shuttle available. For a look at those parking options, again, KIC.com, just click on this story. Yesterday, the Wind Surge unveiled a new portrait of the late owner, Lou Schweckheimer. He died of COVID-19 last year before being able to see the team play. The painting will hang in the Wind Surge front office as a tribute to his impact on Wichita. It was painted by local artist John Aim. Stay with KIC News throughout the day for live coverage from Riverfront Stadium ahead of tonight's home opener. And of course, we're getting ready for opening day for the Wichita Wind Surge's new home, the Riverfront Stadium. And if you're heading to the stadium today, like KIC's Annette Lawless, there are some things that you'll need to know and to leave at home as well. Annette, good morning.
Good morning. I don't want anyone to have a bad day at the ballpark, okay, Shane? We want it to be a smooth day for everybody over here. I mean, it's such a gorgeous even start to the day. I'm glad no rain right now in Wichita, by the way. But here are some things that I want everyone to be aware of as you head out to explore for this evening. So first off, face masks. Face masks are required over here at Riverfront Stadium. We are in a pandemic, but if you have anyone with your family 2 and over, they are required to wear them. I will say you are allowed to take them off, though, if you are at your seat, at your ticketed seat here at the ballpark while you're eating or drinking, but otherwise you have to keep wearing them. Here's a big one though, I think a lot of people really need to know when coming out here. No cash. Try not to bring any cash out here. The facility itself, cashless, so debit and credit cards are used at, you know, if you're gonna go and buy stuff at the team store, at the concession stand. But if you do bring cash, it is okay. What you'll have to do is they have a couple of places here at the facility where you can go and get the cash put onto a card, but I'm just worried like maybe that will be congested for the day and might be busy. It's just one thing you don't want to add to your list of things to do, so try to bring your credit or debit card instead. And lastly, over here, a big one, if you are bringing anything in, try to avoid it, I would say overall, but if you do, bring it inside of a clear bag. They have a clear bag policy out here. Your clear bags, by the way, are limited in size, so they need to be 12 inches by 6 inches by 12 inches as a maximum. They do make some exceptions though, so small clutch bags like what we have in front of here are okay, but they also have size requirements too. They're not allowed to exceed 4 by 5 or 4.5 inches by 6.5 inches. They do make exceptions though for a couple of other things. So if you have any medical items you have to bring in here, they'll make an exception for that. Also, if you're a parent, my goodness, you know what it's like to haul a lot of stuff out to a ball game. Single compartment diaper bags are allowed as well. Those are just a few of the items though that you need to be aware of. I will say up on our website on cake.com, we do have a list of more information of what you should know before heading out to the ballpark. But again, the bags, the cash, I think that those are important things for people to be aware of, at least for today. In our next half hour on GMK, we're going to take you behind the scenes inside of the team store. More stuff that you should know right here before heading out to Riverfront. Reporting live in downtown Wichita, Annette Lawless, Cake News on your side.
Sounds good, Annette. Thank you. Stay with Cake News throughout the day for live coverage from Riverfront Stadium. It's all ahead of tonight's 7 o'clock home opener.
Thank you, Frank. Opening day for the Wichita Wind Surge, and we are just about 12 hours from first pitch. Cake's Annette Lawless looks at some important things that you do need to know, especially if you plan to buy anything when you're at the ballpark. Good morning, Annette.
Good morning, Allison. I mean, who isn't ready to shop? Am I telling you? It's a good day to be over here in downtown Wichita, that's for sure. But you know what? If you happen to come out to the ballpark and you forget some things, that's okay too. That's what the team store is all about. In fact, they have some of those essentials like face masks in case you forget them, or I don't even want to say it, but if we have a rainy day, they have ponchos on standby for people as well. But plenty of that typical stuff that you would want to get when coming out to the ballpark. Anything from your ball caps to all those souvenirs for the kids. Lots of in store for people, ranging from anywhere from like, a few bucks to 60 bucks. So definitely come and be prepared to shop if you'd like to go and explore. But I will tell you that in addition to the jerseys and the t-shirts that you go and get, if you happen to forget to be aware at least of that cashless policy that I talked about before, these are the kiosks that I was telling you about. So they're cashless over here at the stadium, meaning you need to bring your credit or debit card with you. But if you forget, you can bring your wad of cash here and feed it into this machine, and it will go and convert everything to a card that you can use anywhere. So it's basically a Visa card that you can go and use anywhere. The nice part about everything at these ready stations is that it doesn't cost you to go and get that card made. If you go and get a prepaid Visa card elsewhere, usually you have to pay a little bit of a fee. They do have a thing though, if you don't use those cards for about 3 months, they do have basically an activation fee where they'll just go and eventually deduct a little bit at a time off of that card. But a great thing to go and be aware of. They only have a couple of these on site, one here at the team store, just right off of McLean, but also near guest services as well. So that's just something to be aware of in case you forget. You do have some options, but if you do come out to the ballpark today or anytime in the future, make sure you have that debit or credit card on hand. Reporting live in Wichita, Annette Lawless, Cake News on your side.
All right, thanks, Annette. Fans will find more than 9,000 parking spots available at several places surrounding the stadium, including the Wichita Ice Center, Gander Mountain, and the Century 2 parking lot. If you don't want to walk, there's a shuttle available as well. For a look at the parking options, go to cake.com, click on this story. Stay with Cake News throughout the day for live coverage from Riverfront Stadium ahead of tonight's home opener.
It is opening day for the Wind Surge, and we've been playing catch during the commercial breaks.
Yeah, how can we not? We're celebrating, right? Big time as affiliated baseball returns to Wichita. Cake's Annette Lawless is live downtown with a big catch of your own as well. Annette, how are you doing? You excited?
Pretty exciting. Shane, I think a lot of people just counting down in the hours until we see that first pitch, and it's going to be a good one. I mean, the Wind Surge is doing so great on the road. With this past week, we were just celebrating so much that they've been doing there, and now we get to see it over here at Riverfront Stadium. And this morning, I'm so excited because we have Wichita Mayor Brandon Whipple here with us to talk about all of the buzz behind the team. And I mean, it's just a moment that we all have been waiting for. Last year, we were hoping to see the team play here at the stadium, but the pandemic happened, kind of pushed things back. What's this moment mean, though, for the city of Wichita and for you to see it to come to life for the first time?
Really, I think it's almost symbolic, not just of us ending the pandemic, but starting the summer and getting on with our lives after being really on lockdown for the last year or so. So we're excited. We think that it's going to be a big turnout, and frankly, this stadium's beautiful. This is an amazing asset we have here in our city, and it's going to create some amazing memories for that next generation who's going to have a chance to watch baseball live here in Wichita.
You know, I was thinking of that too. Like behind the scenes, we've been talking about it, how some people a little disappointed. You know, Lawrence Dumont, all the memories with that stadium, but then seeing this one coming into fruition with all the construction and everything just finally in this moment. And you got to experience it too recently with the Wichita State game. I mean, let's talk about that. To come out here and to be a part of that and share that with your family, it had to have meant a whole lot for you all.
Definitely. And you know, one of my folks I work with talked about how his memory going to the game and having just that seeing the field when he was a little kid. So I made sure to bring my kids. I hope to bring at least one of them tonight because it's not just about baseball. It's really about making those memories, coming out with your family and having that experience. And we were able to do that with I don't know if they call it a soft opening, but it was with the Wichita State game. It was at 96% capacity. It was just amazing to see the community come out and be supportive of baseball in this stadium. And I think tonight and hopefully, for the rest of the summer, we're just going to see that continuation of 90+% folks here coming out enjoying this asset.
Was there anything surprising with that visit here when you were here for the WSU game to experience stuff at the facility? Because I mean, I know some people, the lines, everything, it's probably just a little foreign of an experience to be here with so many different people just ready to share that.
I think the biggest surprise was just how excited everyone was. The lines, it was after the year we had, kind of a throwback to how things used to be, but also I've never seen anything like this here in Wichita.
Yeah.
My wife and I used to go to all the basketball games before we had kids over at Wichita State University. That was always packed, but this was just a level higher than that as far as the amount of folks here, the excitement. It was amazing. I think that the biggest surprise was how quick my kid would run off out of excitement, and we'd have to go find him. So it was an amazing experience, and one that I look forward to sharing with my children for the next summer.
Good memories for sure. And like we were talking about, a great place for people to build memories. I mean, a lot of potential for the stadium as well. I mean, just looking at everything and the history of what this could be, I mean, just that exciting moment for, I think, everyone to share here in town.
And you definitely touching on the fact that this isn't just about baseball.
Yeah.
I know that we are going to have baseball here, and that's going to, I think, be the main focal point. But after talking with Lou last summer, before, sadly he passed away, he talked about how on this field here, we could have families come out, put a blanket on the ground and watch a movie for free, or how League 42, our youth baseball team can actually utilize some of these professional training facilities here at the stadium. This is truly going to be an asset for the entire community, not just a place to come and watch baseball and be entertained, but really a place that brings people together, in addition to baseball.
It's going to be a good one. I appreciate it so much. Wichita Mayor Brandon Whipple out here joining us at Riverfront Stadium again. First pitch up tonight here in Wichita. Lots of excitement to watch the Wichita Wind Surge in action. We're back with more right here on Good Morning Kansas.